and who doesn't.
And we do. It's a big thing. If you respond to that radio, it shows the initiative that you guys want to be here. And I get it. If you guys are out on an MP, and you're in the middle of it, just take 2 seconds to respond. Like on MP, be there in just a moment, and that lets us know that you guys are paying attention. Like you will be here. You're just trying to finish up with it. All right, so I'm gonna start with the not allowed to, because like I said before previously, I kind of just feel like a select few of you, and I'm not trying to single anybody out, but it is mandatory that you guys pay attention to that stuff. And then after I go over that, I'm gonna move myself up to the very beginning of the handbook and go over it from the top. No, that's all right, sir. I saw you upstairs. I figured you were still going over your macros. And I deeply appreciate that you were still doing that and putting in the effort to get those macros in, so thank you. Okay, so real quick here, I'm going to start at number 1 here. Rookies are not allowed to make arrest, okay? You guys aren't. You're not allowed to cuff anybody whatsoever. You're not allowed to take anybody to jail. It's just not something that you guys are allowed to do, period. Joe Mama, absolutely. No, that's fine, Lana. Okay, so moving on from number 1 to number 2, disobeying orders, just as we just talked about just a moment ago.
Hey, can you guys please take him to the other side of the garage?
Ay, Briani, chume el pene.
Hey, Demarcus, do you speak Spanish?
No, sir, I don't.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nate.
Okay, so hey guys, just kind of move down over here just a little bit, okay? So that way your guys' names aren't overlapped for me, just in case if you guys have a question. It's just so I can read y'all's name. With y'all being so close, it's overlapped like crazy. Number 2 is disobeying orders, okay? And with that being said, kind of following back to what I was just saying a second ago, not responding to that radio, that's disobeying an order. Number 3, moving on, go to first floor is not allowed. It's just not. You going to first floor, that's just going to get you guys in trouble. It's going to catch you guys a reprimand. You're not going to have a good time with it, I promise. No spawning personal vehicles is number 4. You guys aren't allowed to spawn your personal vehicle. If you do spawn your personal vehicle, it needs to come from a vested or higher telling you that you can spawn it and that they'll go with you where you need to go. But otherwise, do not spawn your vehicle. It's a no-no. Once you guys get to badged and you need to spawn your personal vehicle to go out and do something, that's more than allowed. Nobody's gonna ride you for it. So moving on. So number 5, the spawning of PD or RP cars from the blue circle over there down by the garage door exit, that is also a no-no. So you guys spawning those, there's no need for you guys to spawn them, just for the sheer fact that the only vehicle that you guys need to be operating will be the MP vehicle, which is your mission patrols. And that vehicle you can have spawned for you by taking an MP up by the chief's office. So engaging in discussion with civilians. I've noticed a couple of you guys, not very few, have done this. You guys need to make sure that you're not having conversation with civilians, gang members, anybody of that sort. Don't be talking to them. You guys talking to them is just also going to get you guys in trouble. They're out to get you guys in trouble. And I mean that. They really are. They don't care about anything other than getting an admin online to show that you guys aren't listening, that you're not following the rules of the PD. Some of those guys out there are ex-PD that were here for a very long time, and they do know what they're talking about. So hold that thought in your head, because they will use that to their advantage, and you guys don't want that. They are really good at discouraging you and getting you to snap and break. And that's kind of what we're trying to teach you guys by going through on being a rookie, is to just, to hold your mic, don't feed into their, I guess, best way to put it, their attitude, because all they're going to do is just get you to lash out. And we don't want to see that happen with you guys. So number 7, I kind of covered that with the whole gang situation. So we'll go ahead and move on to number 8. Don't tase anybody. If you guys haven't had a taser training class, don't be tasing. Don't be using your taser. Don't be shooting with your taser. If you see somebody that that's gotten a rank, and you're a rookie, but you wanna congratulate them by just using a taser with them, that's.
It should be interesting now that we've gotten to know each other so well. It'll be a shame when I won't have you for a teacher anymore.
Hey, Leo, can you turn around for me? D Mice is asking you to turn around, please. Okay, so as I was saying there, don't be tasing anybody. If you see, so for instance, Joe Mama over here, right? She's got her badge, but she's not in a vest. If you see her go for a vest and she has a vest on, and you know that she just got it, and you didn't take a taser training class, but you got your taser because you know it's coming up, ask for permission. Just ask if you can tase her, out of the sheer simple fact of showing your respect on, hey, I'm proud of you. You moved up. That's awesome. It's good to see that you moved forward. Otherwise, you probably shouldn't have a taser. Another thing with that to cover, if you do have a taser and you went through taser training class but you haven't gotten your badge, make sure to empty out all your taser cartridges. You don't want to get in trouble. It's just not worth it. I promise. It's not. The use of your weapons. Okay, so this is a big one. Don't be pulling out your guns, your AKs. I know you guys are all going to be excited to go through that and use it. But it's not worth it. Even if you see, for instance, let's role play for a minute here. If me, Sir D Mice, and Torres are in a car and one of you are riding with us and we get into a gunfight, don't, as much as I know that you're going to want to back us up, don't. That's just another way to catch another reprimand, and you guys don't need that. Okay, so moving on to the next one. To go upgrade your business or go to the character shop, it's not allowed, especially without a supervisor or a blue suit. So anybody, supervisor would be implying, so like anybody from a vest and up. Don't be just leaving the department and taking off to go to your business. We know you guys have businesses. You guys want to go there. You want to continue to make your money. Excuse me. And we get it. Trust me, I went through that problem a lot. But I promise you, if you just take the 2 seconds to ask a vested officer to take you to your business or to ride with you to your business, I guarantee you they're not going to have a problem with it whatsoever. The other thing is don't go on a ride along with another rookie. You're not allowed to go on a ride along with another rookie. If a rookie is in a car with a vested officer and they're going out on a ride along, you're more than welcome to get in that vehicle after asking for permission to go along with that ride along. But if you see a rookie who's driving and you want to go out on a ride along with them, don't do it. That's just not a good idea for you. Especially because if they are going out like that, that means that they've spawned a car from the blue circle and they're going out, and they shouldn't have even spawned that car to begin with. Another one says don't go on a ride along with another civilian. You don't want to do that either. That's also going to catch you another reprimand. Don't handcuff anybody without permission. So for instance, if you're down here in the PD garage and you see a gentleman get loose for some ungod reason, which it has happened, accidents happen, And D-Mice here says, hey man, pull your taser out. He knew that you had taser training and asked you to help him catch somebody that's running around acting kind of just more or less like a degenerate. Please obey that order. If he's giving you that order, that means he trusted you to use your taser because he knows that you've been through a taser training class. But if he doesn't ask you for your help and there's more than enough vested officers around, just stand by, watch, and kind of gain that experience for doing so. So here's one that I've noticed a lot of rookies doing here lately, and I know that it sucks. Please stop speeding. You guys need to follow the speeding of the normal traffic laws and rules out there, which I know it's hard. But one thing that I was told as a rookie as well is you guys need to, let's say, you know, I'm a gang member and I'm shooting at your squad car. Speed up. By all means, please speed up. But at the same time, you need to make sure your camera's rolling. So that way, if you see that there's another vested officer or you see that there's another blue suit and they're out in their normal vehicle and they catch you, you can defend yourself with that. You can say, hey, look, I've got this video. I was recording with my body cam. My MP car was being shot. In the process of it being shot, I sped up to get away. Once you've gotten away, slow back down. Follow the rules. Stop at your stoplight. Stop at your stop signs. Like I said, I know it can be discouraging, but please do that. Okay, so moving on to 15. Get your MP car wheels off the ground or VDM someone. Please don't do that. Don't be ramping the cars. Don't be jumping off of ledges with them. The other thing is VDMing. I get it. Sometimes you're gonna have a moment where you're driving and you get a gang member or civilian that's gonna run in the way of your PD car. I know you're gonna want to stop to make sure they're all right, but you guys have all been VDM'd before. We all have. Normally 9 times out of 10 when you hit somebody with your vehicle, they are gonna get back up. But the problem with that is if you do stop to make sure that they're okay, odds are because you're in that PD car, they are not going to make sure you're okay. So please, if you can, do your best to avoid VDMing. And if you happen to do it, make sure that, again, like I said before, that you have your body cam on to protect you, especially because they're going to want to make a complaint. Another one. A lot of you are really good at this. And I know that you are because I've witnessed this. Always address all of your higher ranking officers or anybody other than sir or ma'am. Don't disrespect anybody with it. Just make sure that when you get online and you get flown in and you see Sir D-Mice, you address him as Sir D-Mice. Just like Ma'am Joe Mama over there, you would address her as that. Yeah, Jason, come on in. Okay, so moving on here. Number 17, I kind of just said a little bit of that, but don't disrespect anybody. Just sincerely do not. It's just showing your gratitude with respect towards everybody, especially, like I said, addressing them with sir or ma'am. Shows a lot of respect towards them. I'll tell you this, they look for that. They look for the salute. They look for the patience with everybody. Just like I mentioned a little bit ago, paying attention to that radio is a big one. That if they radio for you, and oh, absolutely, I was just about to say that after that. I'm not even kidding. If you're radioed, pay attention for it. That oh no, not at all, D-Mice. I'm sir. I'm serious, sir. I was literally just about to say that when I finished with my sentence. But don't just not use sir or ma'am. I promise you that it is held so highly here. They respect you for it. Especially when you say, hey, sir, and then you salute them and then you go about finishing your sentence. It just shows that you want their attention, and they do. And I promise you, they do look for that. Here's another one. Don't excuse me. Don't do anything out of common without asking for oh my God. just lost my place there. Don't do anything out of common without permission. So, for instance, let's say that, you guys wanted to go do something and you knew that, everyone was busy and you needed to go do something that was important, and you knew you had to get offline, but you needed to get it done. That sometimes they do make exceptions, and that's what, that comes off of the whole trust thing. If they know they can trust you, 9 times out of 10, they'll be lenient with you. But if you take that rope and you burn it, I promise you're not going to get that rope back for quite some time. So here's another one that's really big for me. If me, D-Mice, and I keep saying D-Mice, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm out of focus here with the whole training. But let's say Sir D-Mice, and myself and Ma'am Joe Mama, let's say that we all go out and we go on an MP or an RP, excuse me, and you guys come out with us. Do not get out of the vehicle. It's not worth it. Especially, like I said prior, there's a lot of gang members that are going to be looking for that. And if you guys get out of that vehicle, the first thing they're going to do, and I've seen this happen, the first thing they're going to do, they're going to target you right away. They're going to seriously start asking, well, why are you out of the car? Get back in the car. You better know better. You know better to get out of the car. I mean, they're going to hit you with that so fast, you're going to be just distraught. This is number 20. Do not respond to a 1032 radio call outside the training hours or with a supervisor. Just don't. It's not worth it. If you do respond to it, it's because let's say you're in a vehicle with Sir D-Mice and he tells you, hey, respond to that 1032 for me. He's implying, hey, Sir D-Mice said that we are, en route 97. That tells them that, okay, you're with Sir D-Mice. He asked you to do that. This one kind of follows back to the floor 1 thing. Do not go to the jail room. It's on first floor. There's no reason for you to be there. Not on any level, especially because 9 times out of 10, everybody that's in that jail room is going to know that you're not supposed to be there. Don't blast your music through the mic. That's just out of pure respect. I will say this, a lot of you have that respect. You guys, I don't ever hear hardly anybody ever blaring their music through the mic, so thank you.
You're crazy. I know.
Okay, so moving on here. Hold your mic when a higher up is using their mic or already talking to communicate. If you notice that they are talking or making a statement or communicating with you guys, please hold your mic. If there is something that you need to say, please use the emote, raise your hand with the taxi. It'll put your hand in the air, and I promise you that will draw attention, and they will eventually call on you for what you're trying to ask or what you're trying to get across. They are really, really good at that. All right, another one is don't ask for promotions. Just don't ask for rank ups. Don't ask for promotions. They will get to you. I promise you they do. Ma'am Chief has been working really hard, really hard at trying to get to you guys. She's literally doing everything that she can. She's still learning just like all of you guys. She just took the role as our new chief. I promise you, though, she cares that you guys get your badge. She's already made that comment multiple times. She wants to see all of you guys succeed. All right, so number 25, don't listen on people talk in a room without knocking and letting them know that you're there. That is a big one. If you really honestly need attention or need something addressed immediately, just walk up to the door, do your /, hit do, and then, type out the word Knox, and I promise you 9 times out of 10, they're going to get to you almost immediately. Number 26, do not ignore when you're being called through the radio. I kind of already addressed that one. If you see something come up in the radio by any means that has to do with being a rank of a rookie, you are obligated to respond. So please do so. Respond to that. You guys, when somebody radios for you, I promise you, that's what tells them that you care. That's what tells them that you want to be here. It just shows initiative that you are watching the radio to do your job. Another one that's really big is don't be away from the keyboard, AFK, for more than 5 minutes. If you are, please let somebody know why you're going to be away for 5 minutes or longer. If you are going to be away for 5 minutes or longer, they really prefer if you would just fly out and then come back on. It saves a lot of effort with you guys on not having an admin called. So like I said, just please, if you know that you're going to be in AFK for more than 5 minutes, just fly out and fly back in. I promise you're not going to be in trouble. So another one, do not request for an eval test before a week of probation. It used to be 2 weeks. Prior to 2 weeks, it used to be a month. Prior to a month, it used to be 2 months. So they have dropped it very far. They are getting very lenient with it, especially because they want to see you guys out there. But I promise you guys, not following these rules, they are going to make it go back up, and I don't want to see that happen to you guys, because the time frame is just, as already even just being a week, and you can ask Miss Joe Mama over here, just even a week drags out. It really does, and I think she would agree to that. Okay, so don't take your mission patrol out of course. Make sure that you're just following your MP checkpoints. Don't just not follow them. And so our last one that I'm going to touch up on right here, do not bribe the chief. Offering money or anything money equivalent in exchange for rank or favors is definitely not going to work. I promise you, not any day of the week will they fly for that at all. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and move back all the way up to the top here. I'm going to go through the chain of command starting from the top. So number 1, chain of command. Number 2 is going to be, I guess it's not exactly the chain of commands. I'm kind of just going over what we're going to run through all this. Okay, so what you guys know. So we're going to go through chain of commands. Then we're going to go through speed limits. Then we're going to go through the one-state RP rules. Then we're going to go through the PD policies, the violations, the arrest protocol, things you're allowed to do as a rookie or not allowed to do, excuse me. We'll go through the radio codes. We'll go through the basic roleplay rules, and then any other extra information. So starting with the chain of commands, it's going to be Chief, DFG, which aka Chief's Assistant. Followed by the second DFG, Colonel Gens. Then you have your LT Gens, you have your Major Gens, you have your HRTO. Then you have your HFTO, FTO, RTO, vested, badge, and then which would be rookies. So speed limits. Once you pass your test, failing to obey traffic laws and rules will automatically be in a reprimand. A second offense will lead to termination. Officers must start obeying the traffic laws. PD, VDMing, or similar offenses are unacceptable. So green zones, speed limits are 40, not exceeding 60. Vents, no more than 60. Compton, between 80 and 100. In pedestrian areas, no more than 40. Elsewhere, no more than 100. PD garage is 25. So we're going to go through one-state rules. RP1, deathmatch. Dealing damage or killing another player's character for no reason. RP reason is punishment by 20 minutes. RP2, deathmatch auto. Dealing damage or destroying another player's vehicle for no reason is also 20 minutes punishable. RP3 is non-RP power. So exceeding physical capabilities of the RP character, punishment is by 10 minutes. RP4, non-roleplay. So violation of the RP character action, logic, or creation of unrealistic situations. That's punishment of 15 minutes in one state jail. So number 5, metagaming. using real world information in RP. That punishment is also by 20 minutes in jail. RP6, RP rejection of RP process for personal gain. That's 30 minutes punishable. RP7, that's going to be disciplines of RP via do/me/try commands. Punishment is 20 minutes in jail. RP8 is AFK, lack of game activity from the player for more than 5 minutes. That punishment is disconnection from the server. RP9, drive-by, so a DB. Damage or killing other player's character with any vehicle. RP10, that's going to be a repeat kill. So killing and or chasing players after they die. That is a punishment ban for 30 minutes. Then you have RP11. Non-compliance with protected areas, committing crimes or attacking other characters in green zones or work zones. That punishment is also 30 minutes in one state jail. RP12, that would be NRP kidnapping. Unrealistic kidnapping attempt. Any kidnapping attempt with excuse me. Any kidnapping attempt in which the number of kidnapped players is greater than 50% of the total number of kidnappers is considered unrealistic kidnapping attempts. On more than 5 players at the same time are also considered unrealistic. Punishment for that is 30 minutes in one state jail. RP13, that is a faction NRP, non-RP behavior within game faction. So, including unlawful release of prisoners or execution of civilians by police. Punishment is, I just lost. So, that punishment's going to be either a ban from the faction and or 30 minutes in jail to a 3-day ban. RP14, that's going to be sexual harassment. Any form of non-consensual sexual activity, including but not limited to simulated and or explicit dialogues and actions using of an ethic and or LGBT related slurs, stalking or excessive attention, undressing/touching of other characters in a sexual way is strictly prohibited. All sexual activity should and have be prior OCC consent recorded from all parties, such as role play, such therefore not be held in public areas or where any other players are commonly visiting, or the prison, jail, hospitals, working places, parking lots, etc. That is a punishment of 24 hours up to 30-day ban. Do you guys understand all those RPs that I just went off with you guys? All right, so moving on to the PD policies here. Respect. Number 1 is respect is a must. Respect everybody. Follow the speed limits, specifically the speed limits to all different areas. Follow the traffic laws, including stopping at lights and signs. Turn signals are not mandatory. AFK is prohibited. Going AFK can lead to serious consequences, including demotion and termination. We don't want to see that happen, okay? Activity is a must. Officers must meet the minimum activity requirements with specific hours for officers and assistant chiefs. Number 7, full RP is a must. Always fully roleplay the situations, even if the other party doesn't. I know that can be really hard to handle. I know that it can be really difficult to do, but just, I promise you, please fully role play that situation, okay? You guys don't want to go through that, especially if you have a situation come about and they are recording you. 9 times out of 10, if they know that you're not RPing like you should, they will just, they'll create a ticket and report you, and we don't want that. All right, so moving on to number 8, always follow a higher-up's orders, except for D-Mice. Sometimes he can just yell at people for no reason. No, I'm just kidding. Love you, sir, D-Mice. Wait, am I included in that right now? You need me to do that?
It was more likely for them, though, but you're more than welcome to. It is for everybody.
I didn't know who'd posted it. Sorry, that was my fault.
No, you're good. You're in a training class right now. It was more just telling them to.
So moving on to, okay, so like I was saying, always follow higher ups orders. I kind of just went through that. So number 9, don't listen in on meetings. So if Sir D-Mice was in the middle of having a private conversation with, she disappeared, but Joe Mama, for instance, and they were in a room and the door was shut, that means they're having a private meeting about something that she needed to talk to him about, or a discussion that he needed to go over with her. So if that is the case, please knock. If he says, give me a minute, I'll be with you, I promise you, Sir D-Mice will get to you. He's very good about that. Make sure that you close all doors. Okay, that's number 10. Mandatory to close all doors except for specific ones like the mission room, the infirmary, and the armory. So number 11, don't barge in. If the higher ups are in a meeting with a closed door, always knock before entering. That's just make sure you do that. I promise you, they love that. It shows a lot of respect. Except for, like I said before, except for Sir D-Mice, you don't gotta knock on his door. He don't care. No, I'm just kidding. Make sure but for real, guys, make sure that you knock. Okay. It just shows a lot of respect. And I promise you guys, if you show them that respect, they will show you the respect back. So number 12, you must have a driver's license. I really hope all of you do. If you don't, then I don't know how you even got in here. Just kidding. So possession of a state issued ID license for driving and passing a PD issued driver's test are required to drive here. Okay. So if you don't have that and you did not have that posted, please do not spawn an MP vehicle. You will get in trouble. So moving on to 13, insubordination is prohibited. Giving orders to a supervisor like Sir D-Mice is not allowed, excuse me. So just make sure that you guys aren't telling Sir D-Mice. So for instance, if he came down and said, hey, I need you to go, do your MP, don't shoot back with, you better go MP. Cause I promise you, he's probably going to look at you with a really confused look and then ask you to go upstairs. And that's probably not a place you want to go. All right. I'm trying to make it a little fun here, D-Mice. I don't want them feeling super bored. All right, so moving on to 14. Must pay attention to the radio. Who here can tell me what happens if we do not pay attention to the radio?
Now, do you remember what you're going to tell Toby and Arden when you start to wonder where I am? Here it is.
Yeah, Jason, go ahead.
If anything goes wrong,
I want to get people over here, so I'm gonna stay in the radio.
Say that again, Jason.
I said, do you get a rep?
Well, you might get a verbal on that one, but if you do it probably twice in a row, yeah, you're probably going to be looking at a reprimand, and we don't want that. All right, so Jason, that was awesome. That was actually a really good answer. Like I was saying, don't just not do that. So when I say you must pay attention to the radio. Let's say you guys take a vacation, right? You don't have to look at the radio. You don't have to pay attention to it. You're on vacation. You know, that's just something that we don't expect if you are on vacation. And you know, there's a, and this one kind of goes for depending on the officer. Let's say you're out on vacation and you come around the corner and Sir D-Mice, myself, and Joe Mama we're all in a gunfight. And you guys show up and you give us backup. We appreciate it, but you're not obligated to, okay? All right, so moving on to 15. Must post your body cam footage of booking information. Please don't forget to do that. All body cam footage from arrest and booking information must be posted. Must be. It has to. Absolutely, positively has to. Can't get around it. Unless if, you know, There are certain select individuals that fall into that category of getting around it, and by that I mean, if you're recording and your device, happens to be full and it stops recording halfway through, we get it, we understand. It's not like you're going to get chewed out for it, but just try to make sure that you're always paying attention to how full your memory is, so that way you don't get into that situation. So number 16, must ride with a partner. Officers are required to ride with a patrol partner. Now, you're not necessarily required to, but we will say this. It is 1,000 times more simple to ride with a partner. Especially driving. You guys have all been in that situation. And if you haven't, you will, and you'll understand what I mean by that when we have a 1080, 1011. It is so much more simple to throw up your mackerels for stopping when you have a driver and you're the one throwing up the mackerels. I promise you that. Okay, so moving on. Must book and post all arrests. Arrests must be properly documented and posted. Number 18, no patrolling or policing in personal vehicles. So that one, we're trying to and we're still working on this. If you end up being asked to do something undercover, what they mean by that is to kind of just drive around like a civilian looking for somebody that they're looking for, but you cannot get out of the vehicle. It doesn't even matter if you're the chief on that point. You can't get out of the vehicle because you're in your personal vehicle, and then they'll know, and odds are they're going to see that uniform and they're just going to light you up like the 4th of July. So moving on here. So number 19, all officers must only drive the cars or the vehicles that the game rank allows you to drive, not any other cars. And if you do, it is because you were given permission from that person that has that ability to drive that car, okay? Sir D-Mice, my quick question to you is, sir, we do go over the violations too in here as well, don't we?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, I'm talking with the net.
Nope, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so going over criminal violations, those are punishment. The punishment for those are 20 minutes in jail. So 1.1, the capture of state institutions. 1.2, taking power by force. 1.3, taking hostages or kidnapping. 1.4, fatal collision with a pedestrian. 1.5, attempted theft. 1.6, robbery of a police officer. 1.7, uncoordinated entry onto territory protected by law. So 10 times out of 1, what that's referring to, guys, is a green zone. 1.8, collision with a pedestrian. 1.9, discharging a weapon in a public place. 1.10, bribing a police officer. 1.11, murder of a civilian or police officer. 1.12, assault on a police officer, hitting. Also spitting falls into that category. All right, so moving on to civil violations. 2.1, damage to state property. 2.2, harm or damage to state property. 2.3, false calls to the police and or emergency services. 2.4, debauchery, turning on music after being asked to turn it off, / spitting also fits into the 2.4. So 2.5, murder threats / murder. 2.6, insulting a state employee. 2.7, extortion. Moving on to administration, which, by the way, if you guys didn't hear me, those civil violations are 10 minutes in jail. Administrative violations is 5 minutes in jail. So 3.1, resisting arrest. 3.2, disobeying a police officer. 3.3, aiding the resist of arrest. 3.4, violation of traffic rules, driving in opposite lanes, hitting poles, running red lights. 3.5, assault on civilian or hitting. And then 3.6, which is refusal to present requested documents, ID, car documents, weapons, or weapon licenses.
Wake up, wake up.
have a help ticket with help.
All right, so moving on, guys.
For this one right here.
Okay, so arrest procedure. So pre-arrest for pre-arrest documentation.
Hello. Oh,
Did you hear that, or is it just me?
No, I heard it too.
Okay, I thought I was losing my mind.
Yeah, I thought I was.
Okay, so moving on. Pre-arrest documentation. For search for wanted activity, take a screenshot of individuals with violations before starting the search. This is vital in case you're accused of an unjustified arrest. Evidence of violation. When arresting for an RP reason, document the violation with a screenshot or video. Handcuffing. Secure the person in handcuffs. Identification. Inform the player of your in-game nickname. Example, my name is Jon Snow. I'm one state policeman. The communication of the arrest reason. Clearly state the reason for an arrest so the person understands that this can be conveyed in chat or voice chat. Example, I arrest you because you have one civil violation, or I arrest you because you refuse to show documents. Reading the rights. So read the... All right, so reading of rights. Read the person their rights and confirm they understand the arrest reason. Example, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Did you understand the reason for your arrest? And then transport or escort them back here to move forward with the arrest protocol and then take them to jail. So official arrest notification. State the reason for the arrest in chat and capture the screenshots for records. Okay, so this arrest protocol is critical to maintain the fairness and clarity in our operations. It is imperative for It is imperative for all officers to adhere these steps to uphold the integrity of the police faction. This comprehensive announcement details each step of the arrest procedure, emphasizing the importance through the documentation, clear communication, and legal protocols.
enjoy the scenery. Thank you.
All right, so moving on, you guys. So let's see here. So we're gonna go through the 10 codes now. So 10-4 copy, 10-6 busy, 10-7 out of service, 10-8 in service, 10-10 fight in progress.
They just get hired.
Okay, so
It's very unfortunate.
So, let's see, where was I at? 10-10 fight in progress, 10-11 traffic stop, 10-12 ride along, 10-13 shots fired, 10-15 suspect in custody, 10-20 location, 10-22 disregard, 10-23 arrived on scene, 10-27 ID check, 10-29 warrant check, 10-29 felony stop, 10-30 wanted, 10-32 requesting backup, 10-27 requesting a supervisor, 10-41 requesting inmate transport, 10-45 pedestrian in distress, 10-50 suspect crashed, 10-50A disabled the civilian's vehicle, 10-51 disabled PD vehicle, 10-54 suspicious vehicle, 10-55 stranded vehicle, 10-58 which is riot or potential riot, 10-59 hostage situation, 10-60 which is armed suspect, 10-63F requesting female searching officer, 10-63M requesting male searching officer, 10-71 training, slash mackerel codes, RP, etc. 1080 is in pursuit. 1085 traffic signal down or light or sign. 1097 en route. 1098 back in PD or at PD. 1099 need immediate assistance. Okay, so Nava, just go ahead and come over here and stand over here, sir. No, just go ahead and stand over here in that line, please. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. All right, so moving on to the OSPD basic roleplay rules, okay? All right, so number 1, cop baiting. Provoking a reaction from emergency services without realistic reason. Number 2, soldier baiting. Provoking a reaction from army faction members. Number 3, restricted base gate gathering. Gathering near the base gate is only allowed during events. Weapon restrictions. Not allowed to take out weapons in the presence of soldiers and police. Number 5, open carry ban. Open carry weapons in the city is forbidden. Unprovoked attacks on law enforcement. Attacking a cop when not wanted or being arrested is prohibited. Number 7, hostage taking. Taking cops and soldiers as hostages is not permitted. Mercy killing. Asking to be killed by a friend is known as mercy killing. It is not allowed. Number 9, unrealistic stunts. Unrealistic stunt jumping or using expensive vehicles to ram into other forbidden vehicles.
I'm going to put it on the leadership channel, so you guys can issue.
All right, guys. Now I'm going to go ahead and continue now. All right, so moving forward. So where was I at? Mercy killing. Okay, so illegal vehicle spawning. Spawning vehicles or any vehicles in water is prohibited. Number 11, unrealistic swimming. Swimming for an unrealistic amount of time without a destination during a chase is not allowed. So number 12, recreation rule. Players who disconnect during roleplay must reconnect and inform other parties to resume roleplay. So moving on to number 13, roleplay command response. Ignoring roleplay commands like do is prohibited. So number 14, character consistency. Repeatedly going out of character during roleplay is against the rules. Number 15, new life rule. Not returning to the place of your character's death or chasing other players who killed you earlier. That's just, don't do that. So number 16, hospital spawn respect. Waiting near hospitals to harm or kill respawn players is not allowed. Number 17, law enforcement respect. Law enforcement respect. Demonstrating. Yeah, Sir D-Mice, I'm literally on the last bit here. Not even joking. I'll go through and select next time through certain ones that I want to go over mainly, and then I'll do that instead. Yeah, I'm literally on like number 17, and I have 19, and then that's it, and I'm done. Okay, so law enforcement respect, demonstrating a realistic fear and respect of law enforcement. 18, realistic driving. Driving at excessive speeds, crashing into objects, cars, or players is prohibited. And 19, accident responsibility. Not driving away as far as if nothing happened or being involved in an accident. You guys, these are the essential. These are essential for maintaining the the realism of the game for the environment with OSPD. Please follow these rules, okay, you guys? And if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, all right?